Today I'm going to show you the operating costs calculator. This calculator is fundamental for you to understand your pricing and what goes into your price and how much you should mark up your flowers, and how much flowers you need to sell to achieve your profit goals. And basically it's quite a simple calculator, but the idea is it tells you with various prompts figure where you need to put figures in, what you need to be working out, how much you need to spend a month or a year. And a lot of these figures you need to put a figure against them regardless of whether you sell a flower. So your rent, that needs to be paid whether you sell a bouquet or not. So these are what are called your operating costs, and they are fixed costs of doing business. You can choose a template, so you can choose UK, Irish, US or blank. The blank just gives you where you fill in your own expenses. There's a few different ones and different terminologies for the different US, Irish and UK. And for those ones, you don't have to fill them in. The idea is they're prompts of common operating expenses, so that you don't forget them. You can fill in all the ones you need, and if you've got any ad hoc ones which just apply to your business, you would just add them there. You can save these, so you can do comparisons year on year of how your operating costs have changed. What I am going to do now is I actually have a saved calculation just to save you watching me put all that in. I'm going to load it in, and you can see here that the example here, you can see the annual cost. It has broken it down by monthly, weekly and daily. That is how much your costs are. That's how much money you need to cover before you sell a bouquet. So your bouquets need to cover that amount of money. They need to cover the cost of goods sold, so the money of the items you've bought to make those bouquets. They need to cover some money for profit as well, and the labour cost in making them, which is a variable. So if we just scroll down here, I'll just show you quickly how you can use it. So you can put in a monthly figure if you know the monthly figure, and the calculator quickly shows you what the yearly one is. Or if you know your yearly fee and not your monthly fee, you can just pop that in there and it pops it in here. Any that you don't want, you just simply delete, which I have accidentally deleted the wage one. And then if you come down to the bottom here, it shows you a graph of what costs are high in comparison to other ones, which can be interesting as well, and that can give you food for thought. And you can see that yearly, or you can see it monthly. Obviously the graph stays the same regardless if it's monthly or yearly, but the figures here differ. It also shows you the percentage of your total operating cost that those particular costs cover. And as mentioned earlier, you will want to fill in this operating cost calculator to use some of our other calculators, because you need to know this figure to be able to understand how much you need to mark up your flowers or how many bouquets you need to sell to achieve your profit goals.